Hey, this is Sharnice. I'm so glad that you are tuning in. This is our second part to chat with your graphic designer, and I'm so excited to have Stylist Shernae with us today. And before we get started, I just want to do a couple icebreaker questions. You can tell me off the bat what this or that is that your preference, and then basically an explanation of why you chose that preference. So I'm gonna go and just look those up real quick. I think I closed out of it. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So our first question is, are you a visual learner or a verbal learner?
Visual all the way. I'm a right winger. I don't know. I have to see things. Like I'm the type of person, like I have to see things and how they work to really understand it.
Right.
And also I'm like a in-person type of learner. Like I feed off of vibes, and I don't know, I guess that's just a creative in me.
Right. Yeah. That's good. The next this or that is French fries or onion rings.
French fries. French fries all day.
Hands
McDonald's, large fry. Like I don't eat anything from McDonald's besides large fries.
down.
That's my thing. Gotta be hot and salted.
Yes, hot, fresh, and
Exactly. Because
right
it's
off of
cold.
the
I'm like, excuse me, can I get a fresh batch, please?
grind. All right, and now the last question is USB backup or cloud storage?
Both. I say both because we don't know what's going on with the cloud. They could shut that off at any time.
Right.
I still need to have my stuff, so I'll take a USB as well.
Right. Yep. All right, that was great. Now we're gonna get into learning more about you, and for those that do not know you, so introduce yourself and let us know what you do.
Well, I'm Shernae. I've known Sharnice since about fifth grade. Oh my God, I feel old.
Yes.
But I actually started out in fashion, modeling, and then got into designing, and then it became styling. And then since the pandemic happened, and we really couldn't be in person, styling kind of took a backseat for me because like I said, I'm an in-person type of person. I'm a vibes type of person, so I wasn't really into virtual styling, so I kind of let that simmer, and I actually took my styling talents and turned them into more branding, which really goes hand in hand, because styling is all about your style, how your presentation, and it's about your image. And so building a brand is all about your business image. So it kind of pivoted that way, as a lot of us had to pivot businesses and things. And I've been doing branding for, I mean, I feel like I've been doing branding my whole life because I've been building my own brands for forever before we even knew it had a name. But
Right.
professionally, I would say since about 2017. I didn't really take it as make it a service, I mean, until about 2020 exactly. And just started here and there. And, I just noticed that a lot of people get on social media and start wanting to promote things or themselves or a business, and they are just like all over the place. Nothing is cohesive. And so that's where I kind of saw that I could like get in there and help people. And that has become like my biggest passion. Other things that I do under my brand more than a mannequin is the branding. I do web design. I do event planning. I love planning business showers, especially for people who are young small business entrepreneurs. We have baby showers. We need to have business showers. Let people support your business, help you with resources, help you with supplies. So that has been a big thing for me.
Awesome. So I am so excited to have you on for this particular chat that we're going to have, which will be about promoting your brand through email marketing, which is so very important if you want to keep your your brand in front of people's faces continually so they don't forget you.
Mhm.
And then always have that eye-catching kind of thing where the person maybe like somebody might say, hey, I'm looking for such and such, and then they can refer like, hey, I just saw this post from this person on whatever you need, and getting that referral system kind of working so you're kind of in the forefront.
Mhm.
So we're going to be focusing on just the top three things pertaining to your email list. Um, and I think these are the very most like important things that you need to have in place before you even, decide to, I guess, hire somebody or just, make sure you know exactly what you want before you actually just hop in there, both feet in. So let's go into how to build your list. So before you even start, where should you the I guess the key things that you need to do when you're about to start building your list to begin to gain that following of clients and things. What would you say?
For me, I would say first you need to do a little bit of research and find a trustworthy email marketing platform. There's so many out there. If you have a website, a lot of the new web hosts or even the older ones that have revamped, they have a lot of email marketing built in. But it's really important, I feel like, to start with the marketing platform. Look at their features, look at their design templates, like just look at the things that you want out of an email marketing platform and figure out, does that mesh with my goals? Also, if you are really serious about your business and growing your list, you always want to look for a platform that also can scale and grow with your business. I know a lot of people like myself was like started out on MailChimp and with the free version, and you can only do what, 2,000 contacts. And
Right.
you think that, oh, that's a lot, and it's a lot when
Right.
you're just getting started and you don't
Right.
running. But once your name is out there and you start promoting, it's like, oh, 2,000 is like two. So
Right.
you really want to make sure that you look at what your future goals are and if it can grow and scale with you, because once you grow out of that 2,000, you're probably going to have to pay and invest in this platform. So you want to make sure it's something you want to stick with. Another thing I look for, I know some people try to hold on to their contacts within like Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo, their regular email engines. And while sometimes that's good in the beginning, it's not something that you want to get a habit of or something that you want to rely on, because number one, you can't design with
Right.
really with Gmail and Outlook. You can really just host your contacts. You also, with actual email marketing platforms, you want something that's feature rich, something that can hold video or hold your whatever your marketing materials are, that can hold a bunch of links. Sometimes you have links for certain things that you're talking about in that newsletter. You want something that can segment, like maybe people are signing up because you were talking about something specific, so you can build lists within your list.
Right.
um, and definitely you just want to see if uh, as you're going to grow, if it can, like I said, if it can scale. The biggest thing that I found with some of them is they can be very limiting for certain people's brands. Like some people have more of a, not in a negative way, but like I have more of a basic brand, so they don't need very much. But for me, like my stuff, I have to be able to fully customize and all that. So that's something else you want to look for. So that's where I would start, is definitely making sure that you find the right platform that works for you and your business.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially like the holding the context.
Yeah,
I know that can be a lot, a lot. And then I guess the good thing about having something separate from like your Gmail to hold your contacts is that you can kind of categorize like when
exactly.
when you met the person, or when they call, how they contact you, what they contact you about. It can be so specific, and then you can definitely target your contacts according to the categories, which is very, very important because, again, the MailChimp, only 2,000 contacts. And then when you're sending out emails, that's limited too, like as far
Yep.
as how much you can send each month. So once your month is up, like you
You
gotta
gotta
have to wait,
wait.
or invest, like you said, in more more things that you can, where you can, go beyond just
Yeah,
those free limits and
yeah.
resources. So that's definitely good.
Mhm.
Now we're going to go into like the different ways to promote your email list. Some suggestions from you as far as where people could promote that to get people connected onto their list.
Definitely, as we all know, social media and content is king right now. And it's probably going to stay that way for a long time. So social media, your bio is the first place people go when they search you up. So that's definitely a good way. If you have one of those like Linktree or Milkshake or one of those type of I don't even know what to call it, one of those platforms where you can list a bunch of links, you can put your email list there. I would also put it in your posts, put it in comments when you're engaging with other people, whenever it's necessary, whenever it is suitable. Also another place is on your business card. You can put a link to it. You can put a barcode that's able to scan, put it on flyers. Posting, put
Right.
it in forums, Facebook groups, all those type of things. So, and that's a great way to get people to engage, because they want to know, oh, well, what is this? And they want to know what the topic is, like how will this suit me? What information will I get from this? So those are a couple places that I would put it, and definitely obviously all over your website. So
Right.
you always have a subscribe button, you can have pop-ups, you can have oh my gosh, what are those? Oh, the light box that pops up on
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
website, stuff like that. Your landing page, have it specifically targeted to whomever it is that you want to sign up for your website. You can have it in your sales funnels. You can literally put the link anywhere,
Right. Yeah. Definitely like just poke plaster that thing like
everything, everywhere.
everywhere. Everywhere. And even like with that, as far as the places, like I think another like a really big thing with having like the places to like specific places to promote the list, like, hey, I need you, John, is definitely like your call to action, like, something that's going to gravitate and catch the person like, oh, I want to sign up for this because I don't know, maybe they're promoting something where it's something that like they can get some kind of free content or, a free consultation or what have you. Whatever you can to like entice the person, hey, you need to join this email list because there is, you're not going to find this content anywhere, everywhere, or whatever. It's like making it like specific and kind of like a one in a lifetime kind of chance. Like you're going to join, and this is why you should join. So definitely having like that would also be beneficial when you're promoting, just to have that in the back of your mind. What kind of things are going to make it so that it's easy and people are going to want to join your list, off the
I
bat.
I
Yeah.
definitely am on board with you with the incentives, because like people, who doesn't like a gift? You know what I
Right.
mean? And how much does it take away from you to give something away for free? I know that I used to do giveaways when I was building my list. I know that, I'd give them something for signing up, like a free ebook or information or a checklist or a cheat sheet for something. When it was for my styling business, it was some staple pieces. When you sign up for my list, I can give you the staple pieces for next season, or a glimpse of what the Pantone color of the year is going to be. Things that people are interested in, and the reason that they even are following you. um,
Right.
Helpful lists, discount codes for your actual services. um,
Right.
Things like that. Those are definitely ways to entice people. um,
Right.
and a little bit, like, to even piggyback off that more, like the importance of even having a list is really, especially for this day and age. How many times a year does Instagram, for a day, we can't post, we can't do anything, it shuts down?
Right.
That was to ever be permanent, and all you've ever done is grow your social media following and never gotten those people over to your website, over to your email list, or over, into your personal space online. Guess what? You've lost and you have no more business. So
Right.
now you would have to find a way to start all over somehow, because now social media is gone. You know what I mean? Too
Right.
many people rely so much on social media and trying to just do business on there, when that's great. But I know we're talking more about email lists, but this is why it's so important also to have a home somewhere online where people can always find you. And that's why websites are still so important. They never
Right.
will go out of style. A website or your own app or something that is
Right.
specifically yours, that you're always targeting people to, because social media is great for lead generation, but to convert, you need to have them in your space where they can't be lost.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like, how are people going to find you besides, the social media and everything? The social media definitely a great outlet as far as how people can spot you or find you or something. It's like you can't lose, really, pretty much with having your social media, knowing that that's just like a temporary spot just to get people to come over to your website, which is definitely great to have.
Oh
So,
yeah.
you talk to me or Stylist Shernae because we get you hook up with the website and everything. So let's move on. So we're going to just go into knowing how to get people interested. I think we kind of already touched on that just a
Yeah.
little bit. But let's say for instance, you have a client, they've come over, they are interested in, and your services and stuff, and I guess finding a way to kind of incorporate joining the email list that way. How would you kind of go about like utilizing when you have that opportunity available where you can actually chat or communicate with a person and in person or virtually, wherever it may be, to get them to, hey, you should join my list.
I mean, I would just talk about, I mean, if you're speaking to them, I would just talk about what it is that brought them to you anyway. You know what I mean? People come to me either because the only reason why you follow me, the only reason why you engage with me, is if you were there for my modeling days, from anything from fashion, or now with branding and events and all that kind of stuff. So you follow me for a reason, you come to me for a reason. So I'm going to entice you with, well, you can get direct access to all my information if you're a part of my VIP list. And I always make sure that, all my lists are always very exclusive sounding, and it is very exclusive. Like, I don't do it as a gimmick. I mean, it's to have a nice name for it is always great, eye catching and things like that. But my stuff, my content is exclusive. It is strictly for the people that follow me. I don't post what I put in my newsletters unless it's like announcements. I don't post the content that I put in my newsletters everywhere because it's strictly for the people that, find me and my content valuable to them.
Right.
So I literally just talk about, whatever it is that they are seeking my expertise. I just let them know, like, look, you're going to get all of that and more if you want to join my list. I update it this much, or I send out this, or you can even send me suggestions of things that you want me to touch on. I just let people know, I build up the value and let them know what I plan to do with it. And most people love my ideas and they join and are happy customers. I think it's also very important with getting them interested to join. On the flip side of that, always having a way for them to get off of it. Never just like hiding the unsubscribe button or the update
Right.
because honestly, then when they go and block your email, now Gmail or whoever is going to start associating your email with, maybe it's spam, maybe it's a scam, that kind of thing. So,
Right.
if you're that confident in what you have to share, don't worry about people unsubscribing or changing their preferences or things like that. Make sure that's always visible so that if they wanted to get in, they can also get out.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. Like even with the opt out option
Right.
for your email blasts and things. I know that like MailChimp, like if someone had unsubscribed, you have to do like this certain method. Like it would still count, even if they unsubscribe, it would still count that they would be receiving it, which would lower your your amount of emails you can send.
Yep.
And I think like even like you probably don't want to go massive boohoo at first on like how many people you get on your list. You probably might just want to keep it small and knitted, where you really want to focus on your open rate, like who's actually reading it. Like
Exactly.
you have all these people on the list, they're not reading it, then you're kind of wasting in the time at the end of the day, wasting your
Right.
time
You can be glued to my
and your resources.
email, especially on Monday or Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm like, who opened it? Who,
Right.
who did this? How long did they spend on this? Oh my God.
Right. Did they click on something? Anything?
I know. Oh my God. I loved it. I
Right.
loved
Yeah. So I would, focus on that because at the end of the day, that matters. Like your time is very valuable. And you want to make sure the people that are actually, say that they're on the list is actually, really actually interested and want to be on the list.
it.
Interested and want to be on the list for sure.
Exactly.
Um, and so, like, I am so glad that we were able to kind of touch on this important topic because I know some people don't even have email lists or think that it's kind of like a waste of time to have them. You better hop on it. Like, when I say what if like you again didn't have social media and how would people like I mean it could be instantly like a quick thing where maybe the person might forgot like hey this business does this particular service or whatever. It's
Mhm.
like you have to kind of keep putting that in front of your audience continually so they like hey I do know somebody that does that, and you can benefit from getting approvals or getting rehired for services on a, for a long term, client. So I think those are like so important. And I'm trying to see if we had any other questions that we wanted to cover or any other like info that you think might be beneficial for our viewers as far as email.
I mean, I number one, if you're a small business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are building a personal brand, I think it's important to have a list, period. Like I said, the most important thing is having a place where your following, your audience can find you, can hear from you, can get the content that they want from you, the reason why they even are engaging with you. If the internet ever shut down, or, if Russia really does what they say, but no, but if the internet ever went away or social media went away, like, do you any longer do you have a business? I said,
Right.
do you have a business any longer? And that's very, very important. How are you going to reach people? How are you going to market to them if you have no way of contacting them? You don't own those leads if they're just sitting in social media. Instagram does.
Mhm.
So just like our brand, they're not fully ours on Instagram. You have to have a hub or a homepage somewhere else where people can go. And God forbid social media is gone, they always know I can find out whatever I need here. You know,
Right.
your most accurate information should come from you, not from a third party. Um,
Right.
so I would just stress that if you don't have a email marketing list, then you're not really in business. So reach out and get some help, or you need to go and do some research and start.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
imperative.
Definitely build your clientele up for
Yeah.
sure. So thank you again for taking the time out to chat with us, and just let everybody know where can they find you, your services on social media and things like that.
Well, I am pretty much everywhere. I am Stylist Shernae, just like my name here, and also More Than a Mannequin. So Instagram is at Stylist Shernae and More Than a Mannequin. Um, Facebook is the same. Um, TikTok is the same. I'm not on there very much. I'm trying. YouTube is the same, and what other ones? Twitter is the same. Yeah. So you
Awesome.
can find me on all of them. And
Awesome.
links.
Awesome. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the topic on email marketing. And I'm so glad that our viewers are watching. Hopefully you picked up some good nuggets and are on your way to starting that email list very soon if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, thank you for watching Chat with Your Graphic Designer. See you later.